So for Linda, the title of her, well, let's see, about Linda, she's a respecter of the body, mind, and spirit. She is a health coach, yoga instructor, author, speaker, and trainer. She helps thousands of people up-level their health and well-being to their optimum potential. The purpose of her speech today is to educate about how your body functions, specifically within the world of the endocrine system?
That's very good.
So the title, her speech is 10 to 15 minutes. So that'll change from what we've had earlier. That's fine. And the title is From the Inside Out, a look at the endocrine system and the role it plays in our well-being. So let's introduce and welcome Linda.
Thank you. One of my favorite subjects is health and well-being. Being a yoga coach, health coach, all things nutrition and wellness, this is one of my soapboxes. So hopefully I won't get up on it, but bring you into your own soapbox. From the inside out, this is a look really at the endocrine system and the role it plays on our well-being. Who knows what the endocrine system is? It looks like this fuzzy thing. Okay, well, it is on the inside. Let's look at it. Your body is a miracle. As you know, it self-regulates. When we're sad, it tears up. It responds to needs. It tells us when we're hungry. It tells us when we're sleepy. It tells us when we're angry. It tells us when we're sad. Sometimes it feels like it's telling us things that we don't want. Well, it keeps time, rhythms, it evolves, adapts. It's a conservationalist, so if you don't give it what it needs, it conserves and takes what it needs from other areas of the body that might not need it. It also has a great memory, not only muscle memory, but emotional memory, and it makes it easy for us to get dressed in the morning because we have a memory map that says, I don't have to, I'm just going to automatically throw on my pants or my dress. I don't have to think about it, like moving my arm like this, right? It's got a memory. So your body is a miracle. On the outside, it doesn't feel like it's a miracle. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you have a low libido. Maybe you're short-tempered. You don't feel like yourself. Have you ever said that to yourself? I don't feel like myself. You're depressed for no reason or not motivated to do anything. I just want to stay in bed and read a book. Well, you know, your body self-regulates. It tells you what it needs. Sometimes we're just not listening. You experience anxiety frequently, and sometimes you're gaining weight right where it looks the worst. On the inside, what is going on? Hormones. That's what's going on. What are they and why should we care? Well, the hormones come from our endocrine system. The endocrine system, from head to base of the torso, has these glands. You may or may not have heard of them. May or may not have heard of some of these in the female, the ovaries, male, testicles, placenta, adrenal glands. We all have those, and we burn them out sometimes. Pancreas secretes hormones. Thyroid, parathyroid. These are all the endocrine glands that secrete hormones. And hormones basically are a regulatory substance produced in an organism, we would be the organism, and transported in tissue fluids, such as blood or sap if we were a tree, to stimulate specific cells or tissues into action. So basically, hormones are the ever-present servants of our mental and physical balance. Like in a nutshell, hormones rule the world. Rule the world. They're all persuasive. They're in every cell and they're in everything that we do. So we really can't ignore hormones. And sometimes when we say, it's my hormones speaking, or my hormones are out of whack, like, it's really true. So what can you do? The key concept today is about balance and understanding the duality of hormones. You know you have two types of hormones. Anybody know what they are?
Nope. I searched for it.
It's not coming up. The sex hormone versus the stress hormones. Yeah, and we've heard of parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. Well, the hormones work on those our nervous system. The sex hormones can be referred to as our calming nature, creativity, and the stress hormones are those hormones that actually get us up and moving. So they have a relationship with each other that reflects the duality that's present in our physiology. Although they represent opposing forces, each supports the other. So let me give you an example of how these would be supportive roles. Let's say the sun is our stress hormone, and water is our sex hormone, and we are the plant. So if I just get the heat of the sun, that fiery furnace, go out and, pull your head out and like really look up at the world, get things going, drive yourself, I am going to burn out. Have you ever seen a wilted flower? They don't look so good if they aren't balanced with water. The quality of enjoyment, fulfilling, sleep, rest, meditation. These are the hormones that are secreted when we're in our, the sex hormones that are secreted, okay? So we need both in order to feel in balance. If we were only watered, we'd feel a little bit droopy, waterlogged, heavy, weighted. It would be super hard to get out and be motivated to do anything, wouldn't it? So that's their analogy. Also, like to call it yin and yang, masculine or feminine and masculine. It's not male and female, it's yin and yang, masculine and feminine, qualities that each one of you possess within our hormone balancing. So, yin renews its energy in sleeping, meditation, massage, and things like eating oatmeal. Yang renews its energy in driving the car and trying to navigate things, being hyper-focused, making deals, playing sports, multitasking, drinking coffee, or eating spicy foods, fiery hot. Let's get that furnace going. Yin, the feminine area again, is cool energy again. It's cool, dark, slow, soft, substantial, subtle, moist, and tranquil. Now again, we're not talking about male and female. We're talking about, these are qualities that we all possess in some way. And if we're not balanced, we tend to be off on one spectrum or the other. Yang, masculine energy, is hot, bright, fast, mobile, dry, energetic, and aggressive. Much like what we're in right now, the season of winter, dry, and but it's not hot, it's cool. Yang can better be ascertained in the summer when it's super hot, fiery. And what do we eat in the summertime to cool us down?
Fruit.
Yes. We douse it with watermelon.
I do. I love
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's intuitive to what our body needs. When we're really into our own body, we can flesh these things out. Yin is the thing operated on. Yang is the operating force. All right. So it's all connected. We're either building yin or yang in everything that we do, with every activity we participate in. That includes what we see, what we hear, what we say, and what we eat, and how we move. So, your outside world is determined by your inner world. Thus, hormones rule the world. All right, so what do? We empower yourself. You are whole exactly as you are. When you feel that you are out of balance, the first thing to remember is, I got this, I can heal myself, I am whole exactly as I am. Good mantra. I am whole exactly as I am. Then get curious about what's going on for you. Am I too fiery hot on the spectrum, or am I lethargic and not able to motivate? We have an endless toolbox that I like to call primary foods. It's everything that we're not eating. So eating is secondary foods, and in my health coaching practice, we learn about primary foods and secondary foods. I won't go into that, but we'll talk about some of the primary foods. So first thing in empowering yourself is get back into a rhythm. Balance your nervous system. So that means 10 for 10. Balance the nervous system. Get rest, meditate, exercise, breath, or breathe, I should say, eat whole foods, and check out the people that you are hanging out with. There might be some stressors coming from the people in your life, so don't discount that one. Hormones produce a lot of different, or there's a lot of different names for hormones. Who can tell me what one of the names, like what a hormone is?
I don't know, I've heard this before. Pheromone?
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 Pheromone. Pheromone is a hormone, yes.
Dopamine?
Dopamine.
Serotonin.
What's up?
Serotonin.
Serotonin. Yep.
Epinephrine.
Epinephrine is another one, yes.
Cortisol.
Cortisol.
Insulin.
Yes, cortisol is like your big stress. Estrogen. Progesterone. Testosterone.
Isn't insulin?
Insulin.
Is melatonin?
Melatonin
Yep.
is actually produced in your gut, and it is a hormone.
What
Yes.
about
So,
calcium?
what's that?
Calcium.
Is
that a hormone?
not a hormone.
It's
This is produced by
calcitonin.
your.
But it's produced, your hormones are saying produce calcium, or
Oh.
use it in this way, not necessarily a hormone. So you guys are familiar with the endocrine system, but then how do we balance it when we're feeling out of whack, when we feel like crazy? Okay, so these are some tools that you can use, and just maybe rest on one or two suggestions that you can incorporate in your life today that would help balance the endocrine system. Okay, you might be like me, needing to get real about your rest. Sleep like a baby. They sleep on cue, don't they? I mean, if they're tired, their head's going right into the plate. They're not waiting for anybody to say it's bedtime. Babies know and listen to their own biorhythm. Our biorhythm is determined by the sun and the moon. The lights that we keep on and the lights, the backlights of some of our hardware and electronics that we use can interfere with that a little bit. So turn off your electronics a few hours before bedtime. I like to say 8 o'clock for me. And then get real about your rest. How much rest are you really getting? If you're tired in the day, take a nap. If you're tired on the weekend, let yourself sleep in. Empower yourself through meditation. Meditation can be a boon. How many of you guys meditate? Oh, awesome. Okay, how many of you meditate every day? In some form or another? Okay, awesome. So meditation comes in a lot of different forms, but where do you go for inner peace? The meditation could be a walk in nature, which is a moving meditation, or it could just be simply in your home. Exercise. Empower yourself with exercise. Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Exercise can be cooling. It could also be heating. it can take your endocrine system into stress, fight, flight, and it can also move it into calm. So what is your style of exercise? And is it burning you out? If you are running 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, marathons, and doing marathons maybe on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, you might be getting into the zone of burnout. So, season and time for all things. This is the season, the winter, to really look at moving more slowly and getting more flexibility, more juiciness in the joints, versus drying it out because it's cold and dry right now. It's Vata season. That's an Ayurvedic term, but Vata season is, we want to save those energetic moves for the spring, where we want to really bring ourselves up, and we want to push ourselves. So the pushing, maybe tone it down a little bit. Walk or less running, or get on a treadmill, one of those non-pounding treadmills. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. So check yourself in the exercise. We go through phases, and it's not one size fits all the way through the seasons. Empower yourself with breathing, simple deep Ujjayi breath. We can learn more about that. Nadi Shodhana is an alternate nostril breathing technique that, if you're interested, I'll talk to you about later. Empower yourselves with whole foods, organic, responsibly sourced meats, food in season, food to nourish. Count to 5 when you reach for something that you know is not nourishing. And in your mind say, is this something that's going to help or hinder my progress today? Is this an evolutionary food for me today? And then make it your new normal. Last of all, empower yourself in your community and come to Toastmasters, where we all have the comedy to end on time. Thank you.